Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is, oh my gosh, Thursday, October 19th, 2023. Um, Welcome to the studio. I have been like just crazy. I've got a demo day on Saturday. I'm very much looking forward to. I'm doing a presentation, so you can imagine without seeing my tabletop. Um, except for what is in the camera. I've got lots of projects going on, and I can't wait to share those with you. Um, yes, my name's Nadine Valley, and I am Stamp with Nadine V. And I live in Southern Ontario, and I'm a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you are here live watching with me, please say hello. Let me know where you're from, and I would love to say hello. If you are watching the replay, please let me know as well, and that way I can respond to you. I'm going to pull up the comments. If you are here, I will hopefully be able to kind of intermittently look at the comments, and hopefully you can be inspired today. I can see on my tabletop here I am with the sparkling snowflakes. Um, I wasn't sure about this, and I thought, well, I've got a couple, things that have snowflakes in it, and of course, you guys know that I'm really, somehow I resonate to those two-step stamping. So I thought, well, with this demonstration, I will be showing you today a couple projects. Now, behind me, I've got some cards which I will show with you. I do have a couple that I want to share with you today. So this is actually a photopolymer, which is the Claire stamped image. You can see I've already gotten a lot of use out of this already, and I'm not even done. There's so many things when I think about these mixed fonts with the images. Again, the possibilities are endless. I know you're thinking, snowflakes, no, we don't want snow. However, it is inevitable. We're in southern Ontario, and some parts of Canada have already received snow, which is a little bit scary. I have to still get my snow tires on. We have to prepare ourselves for that. And what is nice about this particular sparkling snowflake is that it actually coordinates with punch, and it's a actual sparkling snowflake topper. So I'm going to show you how you can create a few different things with this particular topper. And one of them will be with these little treats here, these little biscuits. When you folks, when you've come to my studio and you've been able to craft with me, I usually have these out. I've already done some, you guys know I like to do the little gift packages and things like that. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, in order to use this, if you're familiar or not familiar with the punches, this particular band where you need to have that cardstock fit in is 2 inches. You don't want to go over that 2-inch mark because that will make it a little bit tricky. Yes, there's other ways that you can do it, but to make things simple, I'm going to already have cut this one strip of, I believe that's the cherry cobbler, and it's a 2-inch strip. Now I believe it measures 8.5. Again, it depends on what you want to do. Now I'm going to make things really easy for me, and I'm going to slip this in. This is the first project for today. Okay, and I'm just going to push down. Okay, that makes a little bit of a noise, a little bit of racket, but you can see there how pretty that is. And again, you can use any cardstock, DSP in the punch. And you can see you've got little tiddly bits. You know what I was thinking? If you were doing a little, if you have a horse or anything, you could add that, and that could be like reindeer antlers. I looking thinking, yay, reindeer antlers, love reindeers. All right, so I'm just going to push these aside, and put those in my scrap and recycling bin. All right. And again, if you are here live, please let me know. Now, I had to pull out this ribbon. I believe it's Poppy Parade. I'm not 100% sure if it was an actual current product, but I wanted to have some variegated ribbon. And I didn't really have something that I wanted to show you how to build this up, this particular topper. So I found this in my little stash and I thought, well, I apologize if it's not current, but I have it to use. So that's what we're going to do today. But this particular punch and the stamp set are current in the mini catalog. And I'm just going to tuck that down a little bit. All right. And we'll grab another one. I'm going to use some tear and tape here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Again, is that? There we go. So I'm going to grab my take your pick tool if I can see it. It's probably right in front of me. All right. How's the weather out there? I haven't actually been outside yet today. I got up late this morning, went to bed late last night, so I'm just paying for it now. Going to donate blood today. I have to make sure I'm hydrated. So here we go. I'm just going to slip these in. So, you know, whether it's a chocolate bar or another little fancy treat, you could actually wrap that into a jewelry box, like a box around it, a jewelry box. So let's just decorate this a little bit here. So I'm going to pull that. Again, I'm just being random here. Again, you can see I haven't put this project together yet. So I'm just kind of allowing the craft and the imagination to take place. And I'm going to tie a bow. Why not? Tie a bow. Why not? Not bow. I'm trying to be funny. What do I say? Don't quit my day job. So you can really pretty up this paper. You can emboss the paper before you actually put it through the punch. And you know what? Let's put a little stamp on there. Let's pull this in. And winter greetings. Let's see if winter greetings would fit on there. I'm going to grab a block. And because I am using cherry cobbler, I'm going to grab my cherry cobbler. There we go. Woo! I just looked at my hair there. What the heck? There we go. I'm going to grab my piercing mat to give some stability since it is a photopolymer stamp. There we go. I'm going to close up that ink. You know what happens. Inky. So you can see there it's got a little clip to keep things intact. Everything is a very solid punch. Let's do 3 just to give it some stability there. And put those in the garbage. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove these little sticky bits, my dimensionals. I'm going to just reverse the direction And the reason why is that they can lie flat on that band. And let me see here. I know that I had a whole package. And where did it go? There we go. I'm going to grab my little oh heck. Why don't we do this? And one more for giggles. So there's the first project there. Really simple with the punch. So that's that project. Another one here would be this one. And I've actually filled it up with a Rio Thompson chocolate. So here's another one. Again, it's actually DSP paper. So again, as I was mentioning with the punch, you can use your DSP, decorate that. Let me see if I can put it so you can, white background, it's a little bit hard sometimes to see. But there would be the builder, and I've used one of the stamps in the sparkling snowflakes. Use some silver twine just to build that up a little bit. And there we go. So those are the two tags. Again, possibilities are endless, people. All right. So those are that. And let's see. Let's get into some heat embossing. Why not, right? So I'm going to pull in this bubble bath. And I've got a white cardstock layer. We're going to build that up. And we're going to put this on the bubble bath cardstock layer. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to heat emboss with some silver. So let me grab my Versamark, and I'm going to get some silver. I've got some silver embossing powder. And we can even do, you know what? Actually, you know what? I'm going to do white on this card. I just decided randomly to change it up. Let's change it up. We're going to do white. And I'm going to get, I got my Versamark. I've got my white. All right. Let's grab the other one that has more of a clear or lighter colored. So let's see here. I am going to grab my, I could have set these up and put them on blocks already, but I want to show you from when you're taking it right from the, what do you call that? My goodness, the block. Putting the stamps on the block, I want to show you how simple that is. So I've got 3 different ones. Now, again, this is a 2-step stamping set, but I'm going to use just the detailed layered image. So I'm using these 3 right here, okay? Alrighty. So I'm just going to draw up the Versamark on the stamp. And I'm going to grab my embossing buddy. And this is actually a little pad that is kind of an anti-static. I believe it's something like a cornstarch, and that will help alleviate any of the powder sticking on the environment that it is being used, and it will help prevent any static, especially when you're working with that really fine powder if you've ever used the heat embossing. All right, so now I'm just going to continue with the stamp. Now I'm going to go really just kind of randomly placing these snowflakes. You can see it's got a little bit of a stick to it, but I want to make sure that because we are using the Versamark and it is a photopolymer stamp, I want to have the piercing mat underneath. I really want to get a nice impression. I want to get a nice impression there. You can see it's maybe with the lighting it's hard to see, but you can see that you can get that image there. All right. And let's just grab that small snowflake. Now I don't have a sample to show you once I get this heat embossing done on this card, but I will be doing another card with another color on a different colored cardstock background so that you can actually see what it can do. So I'm just going to grab the tray and I'm going to open up. I make this easy. They do come in little screw top containers, the powder, but I do enough of this that I figure I can fill up. And what I'm doing is just taking that powder and I am just covering that over. All right, and I'm going to slowly pick up that cardstock and I'm just going to flick it. Can you see that what I'm doing? Now you can actually see even better the actual impression. So what I'm going to do is grab my tool to hold. I've got it here somewhere. My tweezers, my reverse tweezers, because it does get hot. It does get hot, and I don't want to burn myself, okay? So let's just pull this in. Oh, I think I just smeared one of the, there we go. It might sound a little bit loud, but I'm just going to turn this on. This is my heat tool. You can see that there. Make sure all your loose powder is actually covered. That would be a scary thing. It literally would be snowing. So I'm just going to draw the heat right to, and I don't know with the lighting if you can see, once the heat adheres to the actual embossing paste, or powder I should say, it alters that color and adds a little bit of sheen. So you can see right in that top snowflake there. So let's just bring that in there. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. You can see already you've got some nice shine there. Now, depending on how crafty you are and how elaborate you want to make your cards, you can actually continuously layer that embossed image by restamping carefully. I know we do not have a stamping platform right now, but if you do have the Stamparatus, you can stamp many layers of embossing, heat embossing layers to really get even a thicker emboss. What do you think of that? Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? I think it is. So you can see how shiny that is there. So you're probably thinking, why didn't I stamp there? I'm not going to waste the time or the paper. So I wanted to put a tag in the middle there. So that way I'm actually going to do a Versamark with a, let's make the season sparkle. Let's make the season sparkle. And let's really accent that. Let's really accent that. I'm going to grab the embossing buddy. I've got one more card to show you after this in the demonstration. So stay tuned, because amazing what a little change when you're heat embossing, what it will do. Whoopsie. All right. Let's see if that's straight here. Don't mind my head. Tell me what you think. Do you like the alternative colors? I know I had a post a while back asking if there was a preference for when you are Christmas, like Christmas themes, right? The holiday themes. And what I'm going to do in here is just draw up. It's a small tag, so I can get away with this. And I'm going to just flick, 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 flick. And I'm going to put the lid back on that black. And let's grab that heat tool. Where'd I put my tweezers? All right. Oops. There we go. Let's see if that works. Oh, that's not going to work. Nadine. I know all you Americans out there really don't start truly thinking about Christmas until such time as your Thanksgiving is over. That didn't really stamp too great, actually, to be quite honest. My season wasn't clear. But when in doubt, what do? Throw it out? Or do we get a black marker? And let's see what that S. It's a S, so we're just going to. That's not great at all, is it? Do you know what? Let's do this. I think I have another. Let's do this instead. I think that's going to be wide enough. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Actually, you know what? That might actually work out better. Sometimes mistakes can happen, and I can't sweat the small stuff. Nope, not going to happen. So let's try this again. Let's try this again. Let's see if that makes a bit of a difference. Let's grab that black embossing paste again, or sorry, the powder. Boop. Ah, yes, much better. I think it was the actual tweezers that actually caught that S on that other. I'm just going to turn that on, do this quick. Now, if you're ever working with a thinner cardstock or paper layer and you're heat embossing, another suggestion, and often what I'll do is not go on the top of the direct heat onto the embossing powder. I go underneath, and it will still get through that paper. This heating tool I've said in other videos before when I've shown this type of a technique. Actually, it will take, oh no, did you see what that just happened there? Oh, guess what? We can fix that up. All right, never mind. Okay, so here we go. We are going to put this on this here. All right. So Let's see what we can do here. And we're going to build up that layer there. Now, again, after you've done some heat embossing, you can always run the cardstock through an embossing folder as well. And that's always a nice finish off if you want to add some texture. Let's see. Gonna add a little bit of ribbon. And I'm gonna pop this up with some dimensionals. Getting low on this sheet here. Again, no one will know. No one will know. You know if you know. Waste not, want not. Oh, I just wish that's twice now that I had to get a different tag. So let's tie in some of this silver. And I'm looking for my take your pick tool. I am actually going to cover that up by adding a stream of why don't we do that? You know what? Cover up. So there's your next card with the heat embossing. I think that's actually quite cute. Simple, but yet you've added some texture to that by heat embossing. So here's a straight stamp. Here's a straight stamp with the 2-dimension and the 2-step stamping. Kind of traditional colors for Christmas, but I've added some elements that add some different concept, right? Yeah, so that's the pumpkin pie or the pecan pie cardstock base, and the pretty peacock, which is a returning favorite, and the pool party. So that's kind of cute too. All right, so let's do the next one, and I'll show you the last demonstration. And we're going to go right directly onto the card base when we're stamping. And this is where we are going to use the white again. So let's grab the Versamark again. I've just prepared the cardstock with the embossing buddy just to remove any of that static. Alrighty. So where's my, there we go. Yeah, let me know what you think. I think I'm quite happy with this particular stamp set and the punch. I think it's quite pretty. Let's go a little bit more. Here we are. Oh my gosh, this is going to look so nice. Wait till you see the white embossed layer on this Night of Navy. Oh my goodness. And to really make things simple. I am going to, grab the Let It Snow. Let It Snow sentiment from the stamp set. And we're going to do a direct stamp right there. Okay. And let's add one more. Let's add one more of that medium-sized snowflake. Okay. Now let's bring in that white. Let's bring in that white. Let's just hope that that's going to be okay. Again, this is, sometimes it is trial and error. I have the brush. I'm trying to find it here. And I just want to push some of this embossing paste because I think I had, unfortunately, accidents can happen. And I had some of the embossing paste, or I should say powder, on my fingers when I went to pick up the card. And I'm going to grab a smaller brush. It's actually from my clippers when I do hair, but I want to just separate that. I don't want that to be, oh dear, don't tell me I have to do this card too over. It happens. I think I'm going to have to do this one over again too. Yep. But for the sake of purposes of showing I'll make it work. Feel it hot, hot, hot. And it wakes up and comes alive. So pretty. If you're thinking about getting onto that 35% discount on your starter kit, it is now until October 31st. There's 35% off your starter kit price that you pay, no tax, 80 some odd dollars. That gives you $165 worth of product. Or you can do a 35% more and you get $225 for $135. You know what? It's such a great deal. And as soon as you make your first purchase after your starter kit, you're getting an automatic 20% off your catalog price. And as a demonstrator, starting for this month with that starter kit, you're totally getting a free registration for the On Stage, which is a demonstrator event in November. Oh my goodness. It's valued at $103. I had to pay for it. So if you start now, and get your discount, you're already getting that free registration automatic as soon as you sign up. So there's the card there, and I'm going to just close this off a little bit here, and I am going to tie in this ribbon here, and I'm going to bring this in on the card, and just so that I can tie a bow and it's not going to be wobbly, I'm looking for my, where is it? It's probably right in front of me. Oh, right here. My glue dots. I'm looking for the end here. So I'm just going to move that. All right. And I'm going to put a glue dot just right there. I want to give some stability to this ribbon when I'm tying a bow. Tell me what you think. And I'm going to put, you can see that glue dot right there. I'm going to put it right, push that little bit of ribbon there so it gives some stability. I don't have to hold the ribbon base in place before I tie that initial bow. Let's grab some scissors and cut that off. And let's add some wink of Stella. You can't be a winking Stella, a stellar, without having a little bit of wink of Stella in your project. And let's just do a little bit of random. We'll add some little element there. What do you think of that? Oh my goodness, it looks so pretty. Even though, again, I'm pointing out here, some of the embossing paste got touched up with that little tweezer there. And I'm like, but you know what? There we go. So here's another card. What I did was I tied in this beautiful, oh, I can't not show you this. This is the Snowflake Magic 12 by 12 DSP. It is a one-sided, okay, so it's a specialty DSP, but look at the shimmer and the shine. You're getting three different, and I believe 2 sheets. Yeah, so you're getting 6 sheets altogether. But look at the shine. Oh my gosh, the glimmer. So you're getting, I believe it's the Lost Lagoon. I believe that's Coastal Cabana. And then you've got your white with your silver. So that is just absolutely gorgeous. So you can usually use that as a card front. And I loved it so much that I used the card front. I didn't want to take away the actual pattern with that specialty DSP. So I've just built it up with the pecan, or no, not pecan. What's that? Oh my gosh, I already used it before. Oh my gosh, pretty peacock. There we go. And then I've just tied in that tag topper with the snowflake and just added a little bit of layering, stamped a small sentiment, winter greetings on that card. All right. And then this one here, I use the triple punch and that cut out this corner. Remembering when you are using this, you want to flip over the opposite side when you put it in your punch, because that way you'll get that same image how it is on that card. Okay. And let me see. This one here, again, Christmassy, traditional, maybe old-fashioned Christmas. This is the pecan pie with the crumb cake and the actual cherry cobbler. And I've tied in some ribbon and a little bit of embellishment. And we're going to let that snow. What I've done is I've taken these layers, a Z fold, really cute, easy, build up a card folder, and I've embossed that after I stamped the images. So that's another way you can build up that. I think that looks pretty pretty. Alrighty. So thank you so much. Again, if you are wanting to, if you are wanting to start up, get a starter kit, think about something you're going to do in the winter. I do run classes regularly. Please, please see my list. Go on to stampwithnadinev.stampinup.net, and that'll give you my website. You can order online, lots of online order exclusives. I would love to always offer inspiration to create, and I will always share with you any tidbits of information and tips and tricks and techniques. Okay, and I hope I do offer that to you. Please let me know, say hello, and I would love for you to join Stampin' Up with me, and we can craft together. If you do want to use a host code to get in on the workshop orders, let me know how that works, and I would love to chat with you. All right, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week and have a great weekend. We'll see you next Thursday. Bye.